honestly addresses both the content and intent. And I use that word strongly. It honestly addresses. So all the content is covered because it's built from the ground up. But not just the content, it's the intent. What do I mean by that? Well, I've seen programs out there that they suddenly say they're correlated to the Common Core. Let's look at what I mean by intent. If you turn your handout, page 9 of your handout, look at operations, number and operations, standard 6 there. It says relate the strategy to a written method. Now, what's the intent? First of all, strategy comes first. It clearly states it, doesn't it? It doesn't say do the strategy first. It says strategy to the written method. So it's an implication as you do the strategy first, and then you relate it to a written method. Now, does it say a written algorithm? No, it doesn't. Does it say to a standard written method? No. A formal written method? No. It says a written method. I'm not talking inventive algorithms here. I'm just saying there's a lot of work you can do with mental strategies in writing before you get to the algorithm. And the word algorithm is not mentioned in the Common Core until like grade 3 or 4. So the fastest way to see if any program is truly addressing the intent of the Common Core is just to check to see which way they write their number facts. I mean, if you see this sort of thing, straight away you know they're not addressing the Common Core intent. Why express the most basic thing which children have to know mentally as an algorithm? You're already telling them you need to do it algorithmically just by the way you're laying it out. You're not saying it, but you're implying kids start thinking algorithmically. I mean, what is the thinking that goes on here? Oh, now I can do it? I mean, that's what you want them to do, right? Regrouping, that's what algorithm is. Now, the Common Core says we have to teach the idea of equivalence. I think it's in kindergarten. Now, they don't get to learn about equivalence when you express it that way. That's why you want basic facts, the first equations, if you like, to be expressed like this. Because then you have to deal with that idea of equivalence. And at least if it's horizontal, you're not telling them to do it any particular way. It's a start. You start them thinking this way as opposed to thinking procedurally. By definition, you've got to know your basic facts mentally. So that's one of the comments when I say the intent of the Common Core. And it's not just the content. I will make another comment though, in regards to content. There are some things in there which we've made a call on which we believe is important. For example, in kindergarten there's no mention of coins. Right? Now, we can start helping the children achieve that standard, which comes later, by using coins as a context for counting. Why not count pennies? They have to become fluent in counting in kindergarten. Why not count pennies? That makes sense to me. So we start helping them develop that achieving that standard, which comes in the next grade.